Hi guys, so I just bought a home in Los Angeles, like actually signed the papers. I can't believe it actually happened, but here we are. And if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, is it even possible to buy a home in LA without winning the lottery? Well, I'm gonna show you step by step how I did it, how much it might cost, some things wish I'd known before, and I'm gonna walk you through it step by step. So first things first, no, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have super rich parents. I didn't like flip a startup, okay? I'm just a regular guy that saved honestly for 5 years to have a down payment, to be ready to buy a house. So it does take some time, but pretty much I feel like anyone can really do it if you really work hard and you think smart about it. Okay, so let's talk about the numbers because I feel like that's what everyone's actually here for. I mean, like at the end of the day, it comes down to the numbers, right? So the purchase price for our home was $1.2 million, actually a little bit less than that. Now, 20% down payment would be $240,000. Now, I didn't have that. Let's be honest, like that's a lot of money to be saving up. I saved over the last 5 to 6 years, I had under $200,000 barely. So that's how much I was dealing with. So I definitely didn't put 20% down. I think I ended up going with about 10% down. The interest rates right now are about 7.15%. And after all of the taxes, everything, interest rate, insurance, the whatever, the mortgage payment was roughly around $7,500 to $8,300. The first year is we have like a deal. So it's like $7,500 and then it goes up to $8,300, which sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But when you break it down how we did, I'll explain to you how it works for us. So yes, it is a lot. And I did save aggressively for years, you guys. It's like a lot of discipline. I didn't really buy like designer bags. I don't really go shopping for new clothes that often. If anything, I go thrifting. So you have to be diligent about saving for the years leading up to the purchase because you have to A, have enough money for the down payment, the closing costs, everything like that. And then B, you really want to show that your income is strong enough for the past few years to justify the purchase. Okay, so let's talk about the process. First off, I really think you guys should get pre-approved for your loan. That's what I did. I went to a variety of different lenders. Always shop around for your lender, your real estate agent. Don't just go with the first one that you meet, that you get in contact with, because generally you won't get the best offer that way. You have to have them fighting against each other to give you the best offer. So for lenders, you want to go and you want to get pre-approved, which means you send them over your info and they basically tell you how much home you can afford with how much certain down payment and everything like that. So that way you're not shopping in a bracket that's way out of your reach that, you don't want to get your hopes up and then have them be crashed. So make sure that you get pre-approved first. And when you get pre-approved, that is your gold ticket to actually getting a house, because no seller is going to take you seriously if you don't have a pre-approval, because it's like your offer doesn't mean much if you can't show that you can actually get approved for the loan. You know what I'm saying? So get pre-approved first. And then when you're looking for a real estate agent, I used a man named John Schwartz. I don't know if John's watching this. If John's watching this, I love you. You're amazing. He's so great. Real estate agents usually take 2.5 to a 3% commission, sometimes even more than that. It's literally BS, you guys. I'm all for like making your money, but I think that a home purchase is already so expensive, you guys, that like giving 2.5 or 3% away to an agent that doesn't do that much for you. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna get people hating me in the comments. Obviously they do a lot, but the way that we have Zillow, Redfin, home, whatever it's called, home site, you guys can literally search for homes, open houses. You can go by yourself. You don't need a real estate agent to hunt down the homes for you. You have so many resources. And the way that John does it is he only takes 1% commission because he doesn't go tour homes with you. He'll just help you facilitate the process when you want to put an offer and when you're going through escrow, which is the part that I'm scared of. I don't know how to do the paperwork, but I definitely know how to walk through homes and see if I like it or not. So that's something that I felt comfortable doing, and it saved me thousands and thousands of dollars. I think like around $18,000. So that's a big amount of money that you can be saving yourself just by going with an agent that actually has your best interest in mind. So I'll put a link to John in the description. He's great. His channel's on YouTube. You can reach out to him if you're looking for a home in LA. I highly suggest him. Okay, moving on. So the housing market in LA is pretty crazy. We toured over 60 homes, you guys, over 60. Some were great. Some smelled like cat piss, some look like they're about to fall apart, okay? But that's all part of the process. You got to trust the process. We were looking in like Valley Village area. We did look in Van Nuys, even though it wasn't our preferred location. We looked in Pasadena. We even went as far as Whittier, which is in Orange County, okay, to try to find the right house. So it was definitely a long process, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. We ended up putting in 9 offers on 9 different houses. 8 of them, you guys, we didn't get. So be prepared for that. That's something I wish I would have known earlier, is that you're going to put in a lot of offers and you're going to get rejected a lot of times, okay? So don't expect that the first offer you make is going to be the one that you get. You can't fall in love with any single house because you have to be realistic that maybe people that outbid you, there may be investors that give all cash, but the best thing to do is just keep an open mind. And the more houses you see, the more knowledge you have. And that was our take. We saw 60 homes. The 9th one we actually got really lucky. And we're super happy with the home that we got. So you have to really be on top of it. Usually houses get listed on Thursdays. You can check them out Friday, and open houses are on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. You go around, see all the houses. For us, the house we found wasn't listed until a Saturday. Open house Sunday. I got in early, and then I put the offer in Monday. It was accepted Tuesday. So in LA, real good deals, really great houses, they go quick. You have to be on top of it. You have to be constantly searching. It literally felt like a full-time job. Alex was getting mad because I was consumed by it, you guys. I was living and breathing this. But for the biggest decision of your life, probably up until this point, the biggest purchase, you really want to be taking it seriously and putting in as much effort as you can to making sure that you don't get a bad deal, you don't get screwed over, or you want to do the best that you can for yourself. So for us, in our case, our home, we got it at a purchase price of around 1.2 million, but it was probably worth 1.3. They could have gotten more, but because we got our offer in early, and because they liked us, a young couple of roommates that were putting in an offer on a house to, create a future for their lives, they chose to go with our offer, even though they probably could have gotten more money. So we're so thankful for the previous owners. Like, we wouldn't have been able to afford it at the higher price. So without them, it wouldn't have happened. So we did get a little bit lucky. It's a little bit of a miracle. People were looking out for us. So bless the last owners. We love you guys. Thank you. But when the offer did get accepted, I was terrified, you guys. I was like, okay, so now it's for real. The process is actually going. Am I sure about this? Is this really what I want to be doing? This is a huge commitment. 30 years, like, wow, that's a lot of money to be paying every month. It's scary, but just hang in there. If this is what you decided is best for you, don't get cold feet, stick through it. And I believe that it's going to be a great choice for you in the future. So luckily for us, the appraisal came in obviously over. Like I said, we got a great deal on the house, so I knew it was more valuable than what we got. The inspections actually went really, really well. There were a few things that we had to get taken care of. For one, like the sewer line, that was a little scary. I'm glad I got the inspection. I would definitely recommend you guys get a sewer inspection, get a foundation inspection, do all the inspections, okay? Because you don't want to get screwed over when you actually get the house and realize, oh, there's a $50,000 issue you have to pay for now. Not the best. So make sure you get all the inspections. The sewer line was the scariest one for us, but we had to negotiate some credits. It all worked out, and so we're super happy. But make sure you stay on top of it. A couple $100s for another inspection, you guys. It's worth it. It's worth it to save you the headache, to save you the worry, to save you the potential $60,000 foundation repair later. So just get the inspections. Please do it. I highly suggest that. So here's a quick overview, kind of a game plan, and what I wish I knew before I started. So first off, work with a great agent who knows the neighborhoods. Like I said, John Schwartz, shout out to him. I would highly suggest him. I would go with him again. The next time I buy a house, if I do, it'll be with him. Get pre-approved early, like yesterday, okay? This is the best way for you to know how much you can afford and to know what houses you should be looking at and to get your deal or get your offer accepted when the time comes. Probably don't buy at the top of your budget. I didn't take this advice. I don't even know how we got approved for 1.2 million, but I'll go into that in a little bit, but probably don't buy at the top of your budget unless you have unless you have other circumstances, which I'll talk about with mine. Emotionally detached from the listings. Just don't fall in love with the house, because I was heartbroken many times, you guys. I was like, this is the house. We're going to offer 50,000 over. It's going to be so great. Boom, outbid, didn't get the house. It's part of the game, so you can't fall in love. Always get the inspections. Obviously, I said that. Don't skip the fine print of the HOA. If you're getting a condo, HOAs, I'm not a fan of them, but if you are going to get a property that has an HOA, make sure you really look into it, see how much they can increase it year over year. If they can do like specialty, when they are like, oh, we need more money because this broke, so we have to find you more money. I don't know. Just look into that to make sure you're not getting yourself into a sticky situation. Now, the process is honestly super overwhelming, but it is manageable with the right people on your side. So really quick, money-wise, I'm gonna explain to you guys how we were able to get a house that was a little bit out of our budget. I'll tell you exactly how we did it. So first off, I'm self-employed, completely self-employed. So if you are self-employed for the last 5 years in the same industry, you can use just 1 year of previous tax returns for your mortgage. So the way that works is, if I had done the average of the last 2 years, honestly, I wouldn't have been approved for this much. I had a really great year last year as far as social media goes and dance, and so I made a decent amount of money. I also did not write off that much in taxes. That's the hard part. That's the pill you have to swallow. You want to show that your income is as high as it can be to afford as much house as you can. So that being said, I didn't write off that much, and I paid a lot in taxes last year. The reason I wasn't able to put down 18% on the house is because I had to pay a lot in taxes. I'm talking a lot of money in taxes. So don't write off that much. If you know you're going to buy a house the next year, which I did, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to swallow the pill. I'm going to pay a lot in taxes. I'm not going to write that much off, so my income is reported higher so I can afford more home. That's something that I chose to do. And then we were able to buy at the top of our budget because I knew that I had two people living with me that were going to help subsidize the mortgage. So we have 2 people that are also paying rent in the rooms that we have. So it's not just all me paying for the house, because if it was, I would not be comfortable with that purchase, which I know could be a bad idea because, who's to say that these people don't move out and it is all on my shoulders. But but I took a chance, I took a risk. Sometimes you got to take a little risk in life. So not that I advise you to do that. This is not financial advice, but that's just what I did. And that's the way that I was able to justify purchasing a home at 1.2 million as opposed to something more comfortably in my budget. So definitely don't have to take my advice. That's just what I did because I like to leverage my money as best I can. So I wanted to get as much house and then as much appreciation in the future. That was my choice, especially because when you look at the difference of investing in a home versus investing in the stock market and the returns there, that's a whole nother video that I can do another time. If you have questions about that, ask me. But it was a vital part of my decision was seeing how much I could leverage my money in order to get a better return with appreciation in the future. Okay, I won't lie. It was definitely a journey, but I am so happy. Now that I'm in, now that it's mine, I couldn't be happier. I'm able to do whatever I want with the walls. I can hang shelves. I can plant trees. I can tear down walls. I could literally set the house on fire and guess what? It's mine, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna set it on fire, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? I can do anything. I don't have to answer to an apartment complex, an HOA. I don't have any of that. It's literally my house, you guys. It's mine. And the peace of mind and the emotional security that it gives me is crazy. So if you're looking to buy a house in LA, just know that it is not impossible, okay? You can do it. Even if it means starting with an apartment in Van Nuys and then moving up to a condo, to 2-bedroom house, to a full 3-bedroom house over the span of 20 years, I really believe that you can do it if you have the right team on your side and if you have a little bit of emotional stamina, because it is a journey and it does take a toll on you. But if you have questions, comment down below. I will answer all of your questions the best I can. I can put you in contact with John. I can put you in contact with my lender. I had really great people that helped me, and that's because like I said, I shopped around, I looked at different options, and I went with the people that resonated with me the most, that I feel like had my best interest in mind and in heart, and they really are in the business to help people, and I felt really great with the people I had. So if you want suggestions, if you have questions, comment, I'll definitely get back to you. Okay, if you like this video or it gave you any value at all, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel tremendously, and I will be able to bring you more home ownership content in the future. This is crazy, this is chaotic, but I love you guys. Thank you.